Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I love? Patreon.com/inkdependence, where patrons get access to a patron-only Discord, ad-free videos, and the joy of knowing they help support this channel. Hello folks, welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and today I've got something to explore with you, and that is the Gentleman Stationer's Curated Stationery Box. This is the second edition. I got it a couple of weeks ago, but then I got sick and I was incapacitated a bit, so we're just getting to this video now, but I want to explore this box with you. It is sort of a blind box situation, but it's not one of those things where somebody just like throws in a bunch of stuff that they're trying to get rid of off their shelves at a store or something. My friend Joe at The Gentleman Stationer, who you can go and visit in Nashville, but also down here at this URL, and I do have an affiliate discount code for you as well, so use that code at checkout and you'll save 10% off of most things, well, anything he's allowed to discount. I didn't use it on this box, I got it after this, so it's not something I've used, but you can. So this is a curated stationery box, and it comes with this nice little note with all this description of all the items and why they're in there and why he thinks they're good and should be included. So I think that's really fun, and this month's theme is iterations, so that's real fun. I don't know how often these are going to come out, but this was a $50 box, and you get your money's worth out of it, I think. So let's take a look at what's in here. I'm going to go kind of from the bottom of the list up to the more expensive things. So firstly, he put in a pair of these. These are Pentel Energel Euro needles. I have been using these for a long time, or maybe not these exactly, because I didn't have the Euro needle version, which is a 0.35 millimeter needlepoint pen. These are roller balls, and you can see there, but that is a very, very fine point. And the Pentel Energel in this sort of stick pen form has been around for quite a while. I used these back in college in the, I don't know, 90s, and they were great then, and they're not worse. They've gotten actually, I think, a lot better in the years since. They used to have like this weird problem with the tip where the metal post inside would come out, but that I haven't had that happen in a long time. I think they've really nailed down these pens. So these are the two Energels. As you can see, that is a very fine line. They are 0.35 is an extremely fine line for a pen like this, and these don't feel scratchy at all. This is actually a really nice 0.35 millimeter line. Your typical sort of like fine lines and that sort of thing from pens of this style are usually 0.5 millimeter, kind of like you'll get in a lot of mechanical pencils and things of that nature, but 0.35 sometimes can feel very scratchy. I've gotten down as low as, I think I had a 0.18 millimeter or something, and that was unusable for me, but 0.35 in these Energels is really nice. So that was a cool inclusion. He says these Japanese stick pen version of the Pentel Energel were extremely popular several years ago when he first dove back into pens, especially in this 0.35 millimeter version. This is an excellent office pen. I've included one each of blue and black. So these are like $3 a piece, so that's $6 of your total. Pretty good. I like these a lot. Next up are these two Tombow office pencils. These are Tombow 2558s. It says these are the best yellow #2 office pencil on the market. It has an excellent eraser, and I've included one of the H, B, and B grades. I obviously haven't sharpened these yet. Can't smell them or anything like that, but let me sharpen one of them. I'm gonna sharpen the B because I generally like the B's better than the HBs a little bit. So we'll bust out our Mitsubishi KH20 for this task. Well, that didn't quite get there. Let's do a little more. This is not a pencil sharpener I have used a whole lot. It's a very good pencil sharpener, but it's a fresh pencil. Ah, there we go. I think we're in business now. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice long point we got going on there. You can also do a short point version, but I like a long point. All right, so this is the Tombow. Yeah, this is really nice. Let's check out this eraser action. I'll give it some scribbles. Feels good. It's got a good. Oh, that is actually a very good eraser. All right, cool. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. I also like the ferrule on here is not silver. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a brassy kind of color. That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So for general writing since 1913. All right, pretty rad. All right, thanks. I'm glad to check that out. I do like a wood case pencil. I think these are pretty cool. It does have the nice wood case smell to it. It's not like cedar or anything weird like that. It's just nice high quality pencil. Also, very centered. I've gotten some wood case pencils in the past that are not even a little bit in the center of the wood casing, and that's not great. But this is pretty nice. All right, cool. There's the B. I'll save the HB and not sharpen that one quite yet. So these are $1.50 a piece. That's $3 for you there. Then we have a Lochby pocket notebook. This is a very sort of standard classic size here. The 355-inch pocket notebook with upgraded 68 GSM Tomoe River paper. 4 different rulings were randomly allocated to different boxes. So I got the one that is ruled, but these are 72 pages, stitched binding, very common standard like 3.5 by 5.5 inch size, which is pretty nice. So yeah, I'm liking that. I didn't know that these were Tomoe River. It doesn't actually seem to say Tomoe River anywhere on this, but Lochby makes some very nice stuff. They have very cool pen cases and tool rolls and stuff like that. I've used a bunch of their products before. Some really nice notebook covers, but just kind of a classic looking thing. I wouldn't mind sticking this in a case or whatever, because like the front doesn't really have anything on it, or just like stick stickers on this thing. Like it's a great place for some awesome stickers to go in your pocket. But let's see, let's feel this. Yeah, it feels nice. It's a heavier paper. I wouldn't have guessed it was Tomoe River necessarily, because I'm not super familiar with the 68-gram version, but that's pretty good. All right, neat. I think Lochby should probably say that these are Tomoe River on the packaging itself, because everybody likes some TR paper. That's good stuff. So, good little inclusion. These are $6. So this is a Kuru Toga, and it's a Kuru Toga of a type I didn't have before. This is, as far as I can tell, it looks like it's a Japan-only version of this. I couldn't find anything about this online, actually, with anything that had English writing. So I did some translating on the back of this thing. This is the Kuru Toga KS mechanical pencil. His note says, I've spent lots of time over the last few years exploring mechanical pencils, and I keep coming back to the Kuru Toga. What makes this pencil unique is it rotates the lead as you write, which keeps the point sharp and reduces breakage. Yeah, that is true. I think it does do a lot of that. I have this one that I've had for a couple of years at least. I really enjoy the Kuru Toga. You can see the mechanism in there as it works. Like every time you push it down and like lift it up from the paper, it rotates the lead just a little bit. You can see how small those little gears are. That's how much it rotates it. So that when you're writing, you don't get that like wedge that is uncomfortable and will snap off. But I think from what I saw on the back of this, and hopefully somebody in the comments maybe can tell me more, because I can't really read most of this and the translation is a little bit wonky on my iPhone, but it seems like this might have that mechanism that the metal one has, which reduces that that sort of like tip bounce. You can feel like maybe a little bit of an impact. You can see it like goes in just a skosh, but it's very, very minor. So I think I measured, or I didn't measure, I mean, I just kind of like tried it out, but I think it felt a little bit more stable than the standard Kuru Toga. Wait, KS? Yep, that's it. Which is quite nice. This is a 0.5 millimeter. You can see how it compares to this 0.35 there in line widths. So yeah, it's a nice pencil. I like the look. It feels good. It's got a nice little gripper thing here, which feels good. The clip is nice. It kind of blends in with the pencil instead of standing out like this one does. And it really has very minimal branding. This one's got Kuru Toga and stuff all over it. And of course, it's BT21. This is RJ from that collection. So it's got a lot of stuff on it. This one is very chill. It's just got like this one little window that turns orange, like it'll rotate through to show you that this thing is going. Let's see if I can make it turn orange real quick. Yeah, there's the orange. You can see it going through. And then it'll turn white here, and then it'll rotate back to orange. It's pretty neat. But yeah, it's a pretty understated little pencil. It's got, of course, an eraser under the cap there, which I have used. It works perfectly well. This is a very nice mechanical pencil to use. I've kind of gotten into mechanical pencils. I may have to do a video all about mechanical pencils. Let me know there in the comments if you want to see a video about mechanical pencils, or you definitely don't. I don't know, I might do it anyway, but let me know. Oh, I should say that mechanical pencil is $7, so a perfectly good price. The Japan Stationery Awards one gave the award to the metal version of this, which is like $40 or something. I don't know, man. I think this version is quite nice. It's $7. So right. Next up, this is something I actually have, and it might be the only thing in this box that I have aside from the Lochby notebooks. I've got some of those. I just didn't know they were Tomoe River. This is from Kokuyo, which makes all kinds of great office products. This is the Mark Plus two-tone color marker. I use these as highlighters. I've used them for years, and I really like the way that they do these. So you have, in general, a light color and a darker color here, but both of them are very good at being highlighters. The dark one is still light enough to read through. They're very smooth. They have this nice chisel tip here, and you can kind of just flip it over and choose which one you want. I use this for my notes and that sort of thing all the time because I always want to have multiple colors when I'm writing notes in the margins or whatever, or when I'm using colors to mark off different things in my notes. I like that a lot. So this is one that I've used quite a bit, and it's quite good. It's not perfect over fountain pen ink, but it is pretty good over fountain pen ink. It's not not perfect. It's pretty good though. And these come in a bunch of different colors. I've got a fistful of these things, and they are great. These go for $2.50, which is an extremely good price. Load up on these; they're excellent. All right, so this is one that I'd never seen before, and I think this is really fun. This is from PEnco, which is a good name for a pen. This is the Passer's Mate. There we go, Passer's Mate. This is a 0.5 millimeter mechanical pencil, and it just kind of like looks like a pencil, which I think is fun. I have another one that sort of has this look as well. I've got this one from Ticonderoga that is sort of meant to look like a pencil but be a mechanical pencil. This one is like an auto-advancing lead thing. It's kind of weird. I like it, but it's a little bit on the strange side. This one is much more sort of standard mechanical pencil. You actually like push the eraser to actuate, which I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that, because sometimes you're gonna get skin oils and stuff on here. It's gonna make it erase worse, but I haven't had that problem yet. I have done some erasing, as you can see. I've used around the edge, and also I guess you might like wear it out. It might be hard to. Does it have a core? What do we have in here? Huh? It's probably a little core, maybe, but I don't know. Am I eventually gonna erase down so far that it won't be usable anymore? I don't know. Maybe I need to think about that and be more careful. I don't know. I do like that it has a retractable pipe. You don't see that on a lot of these, less expensive mechanical pencils. You'll see that on like upper end versions of some pencils, or like the Rotring 600 has a version like that. I like it because you can stick it in your bag. You don't have to worry about it, stabbing anything or poking anything. But the first press of the eraser gives you the point, and then after that you get the mechanical pencil bit. And I think it's quite nice. The PEnco mechanical pencil. I don't know if I like the graphite in this one as much as I like the one in the Toga, but it's 0.5 millimeter graphite. I've got a bunch of that around in different varieties, so I've got some like Pilot Neo X that I really, really like for that. But this is quite nice. It's a fun little mechanical pencil, and it's not very expensive. It's $3.50, so it's right up there with this highlighter. Like, I guess it's a dollar more than the highlighter, but pretty darn good. And it's a fun mechanical pencil, so I think this will be interesting to have. All right, and the last thing, this is kind of the biggest thing in the box, is this. This is the Pilot 4+1 Wood Multipen. I, as you know, if you watch this channel, love a multipen, and 4+1 is getting to be one of my favorite sizes. I also like a 3-color. I think those are quite nice as well, because it can be slimmer and that sort of thing. But this one kind of goes all the way to, like, I don't know, it feels like a luxury item, I think, more so than like this one. This is the Uniball Jetstream Light Touch, which I've been having trouble with my green, my green color. It's just like, it doesn't want to write without skipping a lot. But when you compare these two, and they are about the same price, I think, as I remember. Oh no, I take that back. This one was like $16. This one's $30. So this is like twice as much. I take that back. But comparing these two, it feels twice as nice, I'm honest. Like, you have this really good wood grip here, which feels really nice to hold. Has a nice little pinch to it, and it's got a bunch of weight right up here at the front. One of the things about mechanical pencils is that they're either extreme or multi-pens, is they are extremely light, or like they've got weight in weird places a lot of time. The weight here is kind of in the middle-ish, which is okay, but having weight right at the tip is really nice. It kind of like grounds your pen, I feel, and I enjoy that. One of the things about this that is different from that Light Touch is that this uses the Pilot Acro ink. That Acro ink is really nice stuff, and you also, of course, have a mechanical pencil here as well on this main bit, which is quite nice. But you have black, blue, green, and red. Let me just do a little writing sample with each of those to show you what it looks like. And I think it's pretty darn good. Green is, of course, always going to be the wonkiest, but I think the Acro Ink green is quite nice. It looks like it's got a pretty good saturation, and I haven't really had any problems with it skipping too much, although you can tell it is a little bit skippier, I think, than any of the others. Green ballpoint ink is always suspect. There are very few of those that are any good, but the black, blue, and red are very nice, bright, vivid. They feel very smooth to write with. Acro ink is good stuff, and this is a really nice feeling pencil. Also, I love the color. I'm really into this kind of retro sage color they got going on here. This one also has a good color to it too, but yeah, this is really nice. So $30. This is the majority of the price of the box itself. So in doing the maths here, it comes up to be about $58 worth of stuff in a $50 box, plus shipping. That might depend on where you are and that sort of thing, and shipping costs and all that jazz. But it came out for me that the shipping was like $8, I want to say, maybe $8.50, and I got $58 worth of stuff in here, so it's like pretty much exactly the same. But to get this nice curated bunch of stuff from Joe, the gentleman stationer, was really nice, and I appreciated that. I think this is cool, and I will for sure get another another one of these. So go ahead and use that discount code right there when you shop over at Gentleman Stationery. He's got all kinds of great stuff in his curated shop there, and definitely check out his blog as well. Joe has been in the talking about stationery business for a long time, and it's one of the blogs that I read, and I want to see his thoughts about products and that stuff. So there you go. That's it. I'll see y'all in another video soon. Let me know if you got this, or if this is like something that you'd be interested in, or absolutely not. I like to try out lots of different stuff, so this is way up my alley, but also, I gotta say, it's pretty impressive that there are only like 2 things in here that I had. I've got a lot of stationery stuff, and only a couple of these things are things that I have. So that's pretty wild, actually. I mean, I guess I have a version of this for sure, and like some version of this, but you know, this is pretty good. This is a good assortment of things. I dig it. All right, that's it. I'll see you in another video soon. Until then, think about what you put on the world, make it a better place. Peace out.